Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Shariel if you're new, and if you're returning, thank you for coming back. As many say on social media, I don't know who needs to hear this, but relationship goals are fake. And we will unpack all those reasons why after this intro. Number one, because people are celebrities and influencers and they're successful financially, we think that means they're successful in every other area of their life, and that's not true. Celebrities, influencers, public figures, whatever you want to call them, they're not good examples of relationships in general. Some of these couples have been put on a pedestal. We're just putting them on pedestals because they're famous and attractive. Being attractive and being successful financially is not enough to make a relationship healthy. We just literally get sucked into these images that we see online and through various forms of media and think, oh my gosh, they're perfect because they have a picture of their date night, the shoes, the bags, the luxury of it, and luxury has nothing to do with a healthy relationship. Just because they live a life of extravagance, that doesn't mean they live a life of substance. Those are two different things. The extravagance is the rose petals and the sweets on Valentine's Day that people lust after, that they want their boyfriend who works at Walgreens to do for them. Come on, you guys, love is not about that. Healthy relationships are not about that. Healthy relationships are building together, speaking kindly to one another, being understanding, compromising. These are things of substance. Getting to know your partner, loving your partner when they're having a rough day and they might not even be nice to you, but because you love them, you're showing them kindness anyway. That's of substance. The glitz and the glam, that gets old. And that doesn't mean you truly love somebody. It means you can afford it. That's what that means. Celebrity couples and influencer couples may look good in public, but that doesn't mean they're successful in private. Those are two different areas, and we do not see any of their behind the scenes. We don't know if they communicate well. We don't know how they treat each other. Are they patient with one another? Do they truly like each other? Just because you're married or you're with somebody, that doesn't mean you really like them as a person. Some people don't even sleep in the same bedrooms. Some people don't even sleep in the same houses because they can afford to have a whole nother house. But people don't know this because they don't tell us those details. They just show us the pictures when they're on the red carpet. Everyone's looking at these picture perfect couples, not knowing what their life is in private. And we've seen this plenty of times, especially this year with messy news and finding out unwanted information about various famous couples. It's TMI. Another reason we shouldn't look up to celebrity couples is because their relationships don't even last long. I don't understand. Like I said, people see the pictures and the glam and they think, oh my gosh, they're so cute together. And then people deem them couple goals or relationship goals after 3 months or 6 months. And then they break up a year later and everyone's devastated and they say love doesn't exist, or if they can't work it out, how can I? What? You don't know the inner details in their relationship. What are you talking about? All you saw were pictures and little video clips. How does that amount to love? It doesn't. And we need to reframe what relationship goals are. Relationship goals can't just be going on vacation, because the thing is, these people are dating each other, these influencers, celebrities, whatever, sometimes marrying and having children in whatever order, but they don't even know who they're really dating because both of their schedules are so busy, they barely see each other. So when they do see each other, it seems fresh. But when they do end up spending more time together over time, whether that's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, that 3 years, they accumulatively only spent really 8 months together because their schedules are so hectic. So you think, oh, they're lasting long. No, they just have busy schedules, so they don't even have time to get on each other's nerves because they're not even around each other. But then when they are around each other, you end up with the breakups because they're bumping heads. And that's how you end up with these marriages on average from celebrities and influencers lasting like 3 to 5 years. My second point of why relationship goals are fake is because people overly romanticize relationships. If you're the type of person that likes romance, you deserve that in a relationship. But we have to stop being in a fairy tale to think that relationships are always going to be light, always going to be fun, always going to be romantic, always going to be spontaneous. That's not how real life works. Real life is up and down. You can't romanticize this partner you have thinking they're going to complete you and they're the missing piece to the puzzle. They're going to make me happy. You should be whole before somebody comes in your life. If you're dependent on somebody else to make you happy and to make you whole, you'll always be broken and you'll always be unhappy because human beings are not perfect. We think everything is going to be smooth sailing and it's not, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I hear so much where nowadays, because there's social media and we think we have all these options when we really don't. It's digital. We think we have all these options, so once somebody gets on our nerves or it's not romantic anymore, I'm not having fun anymore, I'm not happy anymore, you just leave. And the thing is, life is peaks and valleys, so the same way will be your relationship. You're not always going to be on a high. You're not always going to be happy to see each other. You're not always going to feel like working things out. But if that person is worth it, the ups and downs are worth it as well. You have to take the baby and the poop. You don't get a newborn baby and all their cuteness and giggles and their development without them pooping every 5 seconds. Everything in life has a trade to it. You have to trade this for that. This summer I was on like a ranch type of property and the horses were beautiful, but there was poop everywhere and flies. So you're not going to get the beautiful horses without the poop and the flies. That's how relationships are too. You're not going to get the happy times, the vacations, all the beautiful pictures, whatever. You romanticize the date nights without the debates and the arguments and the other things. I'm not saying you should stay for something toxic, but as human beings, we're going to butt heads. It doesn't matter how much you love or like somebody. So when things aren't always romantic and happy, you have to get over that. That's not a real relationship. A real relationship is going to be a marathon, not a sprint. It's going to have rough times and it's going to have great times. And if you keep running away from a relationship because it gets hard and you're not happy anymore and you don't want to stick it out, you don't need to be in a relationship in the first place. My third reason of why relationship goals or couple goals are fake is because people love the aesthetic of a relationship and not what it takes to make a relationship successful. An example of this are people fantasizing and striving to be a power couple with whoever they decide to date. There's a few people that I admire. I don't exactly look up to them. I don't look up to anybody because everyone's a human being. I only look up to Jesus. But there are people that I like their relationship. I like the aspects they make show of it. And some of them are considered power couples in their own way. But the thing is, people want the power couple without the struggle in the beginning. And this is what I'm talking about. People like the way things look. They like when the couple travels to Bora Bora or the couple has a Rolls Royce. But what happens when that couple had 5 businesses fail before they got to build their house from the ground up? Those years of it not working out. And an example of that is this couple that I like. I follow his wife, Mrs. 2 Weeks Out. She's a fitness guru and they have a successful clothing brand. And I watched her interview and she was talking about how for years she was a firefighter. She was the stability in the house while her husband was being an entrepreneur, because being an entrepreneur is not easy. There's so many ups and downs, and the downs are down to the ground. But people only see them now with their amazing house, their beautiful children, and their nice cars, and them living a boss life. They had to go through the mud to get there. But people they just see the glitz and the glam. They just see the pretty stuff. They don't want the mud that comes with it. The mud that you have to go through before you get cleaned off and you live that type of life. That's what I'm talking about. People just like the look of it rather than what it really needs to be. And it even goes for the holidays. You'll see people that wear matching pajamas, or they have matching clothes for the dates. They have maybe Jordan 1s on date night, whatever, and it's cute, but is the relationship healthy? We have to stop dating people because, oh, he's cute, or he can dress, or he's tall, he has tattoos. For guys, oh, she's thick, she has a big butt, she's pretty, other guys want her. There has to be more than looks. It has to be more than looks. It has to be more than, oh, they're gonna make me look better, of how you're portrayed. You need to go after somebody that makes you better, that compliments you, that pushes you to not settle and doesn't let you give up on yourself. You need somebody that's patient with you. These are the type of things we need. We have to stop just thinking about, oh, how do we look together, or how do they look? That's not gonna last. It doesn't matter how good somebody looks. If they're annoying, if they're toxic, they're gonna drain you if you don't leave. And when you find out their true personality, you're gonna have wasted your time because you were ignoring all these red flags because of how they look. You wanted a nice Instagram photo. Like, this has to stop. Or you wanted to create a YouTube channel to make money. There are people that have YouTube couple channels and they don't even really like each other. They're doing it for a check. You don't want to live that kind of life. These relationships consist of things for vanity, for perception, and for status. And that just doesn't last. And even if you stay with that person, you're not going to be happy. The relationship you should strive for that takes time and effort to be successful and to grow and to know each other, those relationships will require serving each other, being submissive, being accountable, being understanding. These are the things people don't want to do. And that's why their relationships last 6 months to 18 months every time. Because they're not doing the groundwork. They're just looking at how we look together. Long-lasting relationships also require a lot of forgiveness. A lot of people don't like to forgive people. They want to hold a grudge. They want to stay angry. They want to be petty. These are not things that are conducive to a long-lasting relationship. Being petty, being bitter, not healing. If you're with somebody who's like that, the relationship can look good, but it's not going to last because it's rotten to the core. And my fourth reason why relationship goals are fake is because people are all human at the end of the day. So you and your partner need to be your own couple goals. Like I said, there's famous couples that I admire, and there's also people in my family that are married that I admire, and they've been married for years. But the thing is, when I get married, I'm not going to expect my husband to be like my favorite aunt and uncle, or try to have a marriage that emulates somebody else that I know. I want a relationship that's unique and genuine to who me and my husband are. Even before we get to that point, if you and your boyfriend, you and your fiance, you need to have a relationship that fits you guys. Trying to be like another couple, whether you know them personally or you don't, that's so much pressure, and you'll never be that because you're not those people. Be yourself. Create a relationship that is who you guys are, and don't try to make that person into somebody else that you like. Like, if you love your dad and he treats your mother right and they're married, don't try to make your partner your dad, and vice versa. If you love your mother as a guy and your mother was always a good caretaker, she worked hard, she was a great wife, don't try to make your wife into your mother or your girlfriend into your mother. It's not gonna work. Let them be them and love them for them. We can also fool ourselves by romanticizing our parents or our grandparents or our aunt and uncle or that celebrity couple, thinking they're perfect and they never argue. Just because they might not do it around you doesn't mean they don't have disputes. They might have even gone through things in the past. Maybe someone did cheat once or twice, but they got through it. These are the things that would shock you, but like I said, we're human beings. So please don't think because their marriage looks good on the outside or their relationship looks perfect on the outside that there hasn't ever been trouble. That's life. That's a part of being human. There's always things that we have to hurdles we have to jump over. So you don't want to get your bubble bursted asking details, and then you find out, well, this actually did happen, and then you're like, whoa, they're not perfect. Well, yeah, because they're human. Even though you shouldn't try to copy other couples, you can get advice. So if you do know a couple is older or seasoned and they truly are in a healthy relationship, there's nothing wrong with getting advice from them, but you shouldn't try to be just like them. To wrap this all up, relationship goals and couple goals are fake because no couple is perfect. You and your partner can be your own couple and relationship goals. Don't look outside of yourself to emulate or try to copy how other people's relationships are. What works for them may not work for you. And it's just so much better when you focus on who you're with, because when you give each other your undivided attention and that energy that you need to really make a relationship work, that effort, you will have a successful relationship, because now you're not focused on the outside, the public perception. You're focused on your private life and having success in your private life, and that's more important than how you look to everybody else. How your relationship is within the home, within you two, is way more important, because that'll shine to the public anyway. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Don't put so much pressure on yourself trying to be like everybody else. A lot of people are faking it anyway. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, you can subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification button to see right when I post. Thank you for watching once again, and you are appreciated.